here's the thing that you should do. You should accept bad art. As I look into a video from Kelsey Rodriguez, she did a very good video that I agreed to a lot about accepting bad art or doing bad art to then become the artist that you are today. Now, with that being said, I really kind of digested everything she'd given me and kind of given some like my own kind of thoughts about it and kind of wrote down some of the stuff that I think that she pointed out with the whole bad art, making bad art, and you know, looking back at some of the artwork that I've done in the past. All these artworks that I did growing up were terrible and I hated them when I look back at them, but at the same time that's part of the progress on how to become the better artist that you are today. And if I give you some information about it, or in fact, let me give you some images that I did in the past. You see this painting right there, and this drawing right there, and this drawing right there, and that drawing right there. They're all terrible. They all suck. So this was from like 7 years ago when I tried to take it a bit more seriously, because at the time when I used to do YouTube, or when I was getting into YouTube, I was 17. I used to do rant videos and it was stupid. But the thing is, now when I go back into it, maybe my regret is not doing a art video when I was 17, as I'm now 25 right now, and you know, obviously I could have really done something there when I had the chance. But at the same time, it's like me, I was trying to improve as an artist and trying to get better at times. I also did so much of like video game characters at the time because they were just so easy to do. And also I loved video games still to this day, and I still love drawing video game characters. Obviously for me, I loved how I could kind of do more of video game characters and turn them into like YouTubers or something. So let's say YouTubers are like the video game characters that we see today or way back in the day. And I loved how, you know, she was really kind of encouraging me. It's like, it felt like an encouragement, and I loved how she was just like really dug in deep into that whole topic, because she is a really good artist as well. I've seen some of the stuff she's put out, loved it, got inspired by her, got inspired to do more like art YouTube as well, as I've been looking into other like YouTubers that do art as well, like Ergo Josh and Swerve and Anna and, you know, Temi Danzo, all those people that actually did art and still do art to this day. They really kind of inspired me to just kind of do this kind of YouTube. And the thing is, you need to learn from them to kind of hold your own as an artist as well. So with that being said, I was just like, yo, these artists right there, they must have taken years to do these videos that they did, and they must have taken years and years to do like artwork that they did before to then kind of do the artwork that they're doing right now. So with that being said, I'm just there like, you know what, it's never a dull moment where I would literally change my artwork for the better. Maybe I do regret not doing videos way back in the day, but I generally don't regret seeing the process of my art being where it's at today. Now, yes, I am a guy that loves to be diverse and likes to do different things, because I hate to be one-dimensional with my artwork, because it just feels like you're not challenging yourself that much. And sometimes, you know, it doesn't feel like I'm putting myself in the artist block that fast, even though to some it may be a bit complicated. But for me, I just think, well, if I know who to draw, then surely it shouldn't be a problem, right? But then I literally write down all the people that I want to draw and make it into a thing. Whether it can be just like some sort of portrait and stuff like that, I think it's great that I can literally know how I just progressed into being the artist that I am, and also kind of hove in, go back to like old photos that I did way back then, and then just remaster them. Like I literally did a remake of a drawing that I did from 7 years ago and made it into the art that it is today. Obviously I have the actual piece. I put it on a frame, but now it's just like, obviously I would love to give it to someone as a gift, but then I already know who the person is, so let's not do that. But yeah, it's just like, you know, you need to not only just, you know, carry on doing the art, even if you feel like it's so bad that you just want to stop, because if you stop doing the art and you feel like your art is not good enough, you're going to regret it. You're not going to see your art progress. You're not going to see yourself do something different. You're not going to see yourself try and like hove in all of the stuff that you did in the past, and kind of like, I guess, progress into being the artist that you are today. And I understand how time consuming it can be, because we know we have other jobs that we're trying to survive, but at the same time, making time for something is really important. And you know, making the time to do the artwork that I'm doing right now is great. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm a successful artist. I'm nowhere near successful at all, but I'm not there yet, but I will be, and I believe that I can do that. But sometimes, you know, you just have that feeling where for you it's just about survival. And at the same time, I just think that, yeah, it is about that. But at the same time, as long as you're comfortable and more organized with your time and with your weekly basis, then that way I think, you know, I don't think you have a lot to lose. See, for me, I've been doing some markets for a few months. I focused more on the business side this year than I did with my art side. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I've tried everything I could to do this and this, but I literally did what I had to do. So let's just say I took some advice from many people and did what I did. So yeah, this is what I was kind of getting myself into. Obviously, I don't mean to dig deeper into it. I'm a bit out of topic, and forgive me for that. But it's just what I did when, you know, as I am right now. I haven't really focused much on, you know, all the stuff that is so bad. I've looked at it in a way where it's just more like, you know what, as I've watched Kelsey's video and looked at all my other artwork that I've done in the past, I can honestly say I'm more prouder than I am right now. And it's weird because sometimes I'm perfectionist. I really want my art to be 100%. If there's like literally 99 or 90% there, then it's not good enough for me. I just think that maybe I shouldn't really like share it. And I still have to share it even if I hate the artwork and I think it's so bad that I really don't want to share this at all. But at the same time, it's good because you can just let out all the frustration that is in your head. And if you keep it in your head, that way it won't get it out, because you're just keeping it in your head and it's gonna fight you all this time. So yeah, I encourage you to keep practicing, keep getting better at what you're doing. Find other ways from, let's say, from yourself, self-teach yourself more stuff, or kind of get ideas and inspiration from other artists, whether they are old and young, and all of that. All of that is so helpful that you could be the artist that you are today. And also find different strategies, because sometimes when you focus on this particular, like with YouTube, it's so beneficial because you can make videos and do tutorials. You can make tutorials yourself. For me, it's so hard to kind of do some teaching, but as I dive into it more and more and do stuff off camera to then learn how to teach others about art, it makes it more better for myself. And I think that it should be for everyone else out there. You need to hove in all the stuff that you've done in the past and make it into something bigger and better. And yeah, that's it. Yeah, shout out to all the YouTubers that I mentioned. Shout out to Kelsey for making that video. That was, I loved the video. Obviously, don't mind me, the camera for this one is a bit poor, but still, I'm just trying to kind of tell people that, you know, people like yourself, that, you know, they need to make note of this, especially if they're trying to come up and be a big artist that they are today. But yeah, hope you guys are doing okay. Keep practicing, keep getting better, keep doing you, and yeah, peace.